In this part, we are going to set up our Glide app. So by this time, you should have a Google spreadsheet that looks something like this. And once you are done filling in all of your images, you can hop over into Glide and create a new app. And you're going to select the file that we were just working on in Google Spreadsheets and load that up. So the first thing we're going to do is set up our tabs down here. So go and click on tabs on the left-hand side of the screen, and we are going to name this daily journal. And then we are going to have one that's called progress. And we're going to make sure that this is sourced to the first sheet, not the writing prompt sheet. And then we're going to create one more tab and call it prompts. And this will be linked to the writing prompts tab. Awesome. So now go and click on the layout section on the left-hand side of your screen. And from here, we're going to keep this as a list layout, but the title is going to be, make sure you're clicked on the Daily Journal tab. The title is going to be the date, and this will set to title, and it will populate as you start filling up your daily writings with a title for each journal entry. And then for image, I want this to show a color based on how close I am to 750 words. So to do this, I need to go into the data tab, and I need to create a if then else column. And I'm just going to call this habit tracker. And then the column type is if then else. And this is where you can customize how your milestones are set up. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to do if progress is greater than or equal to 750, then show the 750 color. If progress is greater than or equal to 500, then show the 500 picture. If progress is greater than or equal to 250, then show, and sometimes it kind of messes up the column headers, so you just have to intuitively know which one it is. So show the 250 color. If progress is greater than or equal to 100, then show the 100 color. Otherwise, show 0 color, and click done. So you'll see that this column has already started to populate. And now when you go back into your layout tab and you change the image source to your habit tracker column, you'll see that this all updates according to the number of words in each column. So once this is set up to your liking, click into this component and we're going to set up the details page. So I'm going to leave the title here, but get rid of everything else. So I'm going to add a progress bar just for visualization on how I'm progressing. So let's say I start writing in the morning and I only got to 100, I can see that here. And now I need to add more. And then I'm going to add a text entry component, which will be my title, and I'm going to connect that to my title column in my spreadsheet. And then I'm going to add one more, which is going to be a notes component that I'm going to connect to my daily writing column. So placeholder. So Now you can click into this and start writing your daily journal. So this is all set up, and I'm going to set up the progress tab, and I want to visualize my goals based off the colors. So I'm going to create a tiles styled layout, and this is going to be blank, blank, and this is going to be my habit tracker column. And I want to make them a little more square, and I want to have more tiles per row. And I want them to be a little bit more compact, so I'm going to click this, and I want them to be more squared. So clicking this. So now I can visualize based off the colors I set up that the lighter colors means I still have work to do. The darker colors mean that I've hit my goal. And I have set it up by month so I can see each month how I'm doing. So maybe a little weaker in January, but then in February I got stronger, and so on. So, and then you can click into each square and write as well. So now let's set up the prompts tab, and we are going to make this a list, but I don't want pictures here. So I'm going to just uncheck this show title when image is not available box. So when you click into these, well, actually real quick, I want to be able to add my own if I ever think of any. So I'm going to just click on this add property and check allow users to add items. And then you can always add your own prompt. Let's say if you were reading something and you liked what you read as a prompt for writing, you can add it here for later. So that is all set up. So now when you click into your writing prompts, you can see the writing prompt, but then there's nothing else. So I want to be able to click into that day's journal entry so I can write directly from this prompt. To do this, I am going to add a inline list, and I want it to just show the date and maybe the color. And to narrow it down to just show today's journal entry that needs to be completed, I am going to go to features and filter this to say that the date is within today. And I'm just going to remove this heading here. So it just looks like that. So now I can pick one, and if it's January 10th, it will show January 10th, and so on. And I can just write from there. So that is how you set up a writing app to track your daily writing habits and hopefully write more each day. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on Twitter at Amy DeLisa or within the MakerPad community. Thanks for watching.